Okay, hello everyone. This is Ms. Coleman in the LRC, and on this tutorial I am going to introduce you to the basics of our Mac app of the month, which is Explain Everything. Explain Everything is a virtual whiteboard app that is really useful to make classroom presentations, videos, things to share with your teachers, your friends, your colleagues, and I'm going to show you how it works. So as you can see, when I opened up the app, it went into a project that already existed, that I was already working on. So if I want to start a new project, I just go down here to the bottom right to the little home icon and tap it, and that brings me to my home screen. And you see here, this is the project I was working on. And if I want to start a new project, I go way up here to the plus sign because I'm going to add a new project to my home page. So go ahead and tap plus. It gives me some different color templates to choose. I'm going to go ahead and select the first one. And it brings me to this blank screen that looks like a whiteboard. Most of your tools are buttons here on the left side of your screen. I'll go over what some of the basics are. You see right now a little pencil icon is highlighted. That's what we use if we want to write or draw with our fingers. If I hold that button down, you see that I can change the pen tip and the width of the pen tip. So let me go ahead and choose the largest one. And then I'm going to click off of the screen, or tap off of the screen rather, with my finger. On the bottom left-hand part of the screen, I could change the color of my pen. Right now, the defaults are black, pink, and blue. If I want to change those colors, again, I just tap and hold, and it gives me a whole different color wheel, which I could select many different colors and shades. And if I want an orangish color, you see that it changes right over here. So I could just keep tapping within this color circle, or I could use one of the pre-selected colors in this menu here. I could also change how opaque or see-through the color is. I could go from lighter to darker. But anyway, let me go with just these yellow, pink, and blue colors. So again, I'm going to tap with my finger off the screen. Now I have a very wide pencil selected, and the yellow color is highlighted. So I could go ahead and use my finger to draw right on the screen. If I want to change my pen, make it a little thinner, again, I'm going to tap and hold, choose the thinnest width, tap off of it. I could change my color, and I could write, "I love books." And so that's how the pencil feature works. I'm going to skip down here to the next button, which looks like the letter A. If I want to make a more formal presentation, I can add a text box by typing in text. So I'm going to select the letter A and tap on my screen with one finger. You see that the keyboard pops up and also a text box pops up. So if I wanted to write my "I love books" sentence there, it comes out looking a little bit nicer. I could again tap on any blank white space off the screen. That makes my keyboard disappear, and now I have this text box that I can manipulate with my fingers. Right now I'm just dragging it where I want it on the screen. If I go to this little blue button in the bottom right hand corner, I can adjust the size of my text box to make it easier to manipulate. If I want to change my text, I go back up to my letter A, tap and hold, and you see there that I could change the fonts. I could change the font size with an up and down arrow, and as you can see on my screen right now, I have my font decreasing and increasing. And I can choose whether or not I want my text box to have a border. Right now the border is on, and you can see down here the border around my text box. If I slide this over to the left, it is now off. And now you see just a dotted line around my text box, but once I click this green arrow, that will disappear, and there's just my text. And I could still move it with my finger anywhere on the page. This next button, the little plus sign, is if we want to add in or import some other type of media into our presentation. So if I hit that plus sign, it's going to give me some options. I can choose an existing photo or video. That's a photo or video that I've already taken with my iPad that is saved in my camera roll. I can take some sort of a file, a PDF or text file. A new feature in Explain Everything is now you can open up a web browser within your whiteboard screen. New picture and new video, if I tap one of those, my camera will actually come on, and that'll be a picture or video that I could take right at this moment. And then I could also add an existing sound file if it is already saved on my device. So let's see what happens when I choose existing photo or video. It's going to bring me to my camera roll and say I'm going to select this picture. It's going to open into the Edit Image page where I can crop or edit the photo before I put it in. I don't feel like I want to edit this one. I want to use the whole thing as is, so I'm just going to click Done. And it automatically puts the picture into my presentation. Now I can use my pinching fingers to make the picture larger or smaller, to tilt it, turn it, place it where I would like on the page. There you have it. Now I'm going to go back to my ad screen. Let's see what happens if I want to take a new picture. When I select New Picture, automatically my iPad camera comes on. Right now I'm sitting at one of the tables in the LRC, and so over here I could take a picture of my bookcases. So there, I've snapped the picture. Notice now I have two options on the bottom of my screen. If I didn't like how the picture turned out, it was blurry or just wasn't what I wanted, I could select Retake and it won't even save this picture. Or if I'm happy with it, I could select Use Photo, which I'm going to do now. Now I will show you how to edit. Let's say I really only want the shelves and I don't want to have this chair in here. I could crop my photo by selecting a crop tool. And then I just drag my finger over what I would like to have in my picture. And then once I have what I think I want, I hit Done. And then Done again, and that will put my photo into my presentation. And again, I could use my pinching fingers to adjust the size or to put it where I would like it on the page. This thing that looks like a target is a little laser pointer. If I'm using this as a presentation, I can select the laser pointer and then point to anything on the screen, and you'll see this little red flashing light come up. I could even drag it if I want to draw your attention to something, so that's great for when you're presenting. And then there's also this erase feature, the little X. If I wanted to take the picture out, if I decided I didn't like this photo, I would tap on my X so it's highlighted, tap on the photo I wanted to erase, and tap on that X again, it disappears. Down at the bottom here, you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner where I could add slides to my presentation. Right now it says slide 1 of 1, meaning I only have one slide to look at. If I wanted to add another page, I hit the plus button. And now notice a blank page comes up, another blank whiteboard. And now it says slide 2 of 2. It tells me that I have 2 slides total, and this is the second of the 2. If I want to go back, oh, by the way, there's nothing on it because I haven't edited the slide yet. If I'd like to go back and see my first slide, I hit that left arrow. That brings me over. Now if I want to go back to my next one, I hit the right arrow and it moves it over again. If I want to edit my slides, I just have to press and hold where it says slide 2 of 2. And then you see my 2 slides come up. I can, again, press and hold on a slide. I could delete a slide, or I could change its order by dragging, oops, I could take the second one. Normally it lets me drag it. Let's see what's happening here. There I go. And I could switch their order. And I just tap off of it when I'm done. Now my blank slide is slide 1 of 2 total. And if I hit my arrow, now it brings me to my other slide. The nice part of this is notice there's a little record and play button here. If I wanted to give a presentation to my class, I could start recording my voice and be able to talk just like I'm doing to you now and show people what's on my screen, and it'll record my screen and my voice. Once I'm done with my project, I have some options. This little icon with the down arrow in the bottom right-hand corner is how I would save it. So if I want to save it, I tap that. I tap inside my project name and give it a name. I'm going to call this one Test. And then I'm going to hit Save. So now I have a saved project. And I could export it by clicking on this icon. I could send it to the camera roll on my device. I could send it to YouTube if it's a movie file that I've recorded. Or I could tap over here where it says More. I could save it as a PDF file, an image file, a project file. I could send it to my Google Drive or to Dropbox to share with my teacher. There's lots of different options. If you have any other questions about Explain Everything, please feel free to ask. And that, once again, is our September App of the Month. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next month.